Welcome back, students. Today I am going to discuss about the orbital velocity. The orbital velocity you have heard sometimes in the movie Mission Mangal, the Chandrayaan 1 or Chandrayaan 2. In that launching, we have to establish the satellite in a particular orbit. And the velocity in that particular orbit, in that fixed orbit, is known as the orbital velocity. And our today's lecture is related with the satellites, how the satellites are launched, in what stages they are released, and how the orbital velocity for a particular satellite is to be calculated to launch it properly. Okay, so first is the first thing is satellite. What is a satellite? Satellite is any object. It may be the man-made or it may be natural. The object, the body which is revolving around another body by its own. You can say satellite is a body revolving by its own in a fixed orbit. The satellite may be of two types. One is the natural satellite and another one is the artificial satellite. The natural satellites are like moon is the satellite of earth. This is earth and the moon is revolving in a particular orbit. This is the natural satellite of earth, and you can say every planet is a natural satellite of sun. They are moving in their fixed orbit around the sun. This is, if you can say, this is sun. In different orbits, the different planets are moving. So these are the satellite for moon. These are naturally occurring satellites, but some satellites are man-made. The man-made satellites are known as the artificial satellites. Russia was the first country to launch satellite. Last year I think you have seen the movie Mission Mangal, in which everything, how the satellite is to be launched, what are the steps to launch the satellite, have been discussed. The two types of satellite. Now let us discuss about the artificial satellite. What should be the condition for the satellite? What should be the velocity for this artificial satellite, and how it can be launched? Note these points. Launching of satellite. How we launch the satellite. For this, consider this is, suppose we are launching from Earth itself. This is Earth, and we take one satellite station pointing outward on the Earth atmosphere. This is the satellite launching station, and from this satellite launching station we start to project the satellite. First we give the velocity v1 and this will strike at point A by following the parabolic path with first case with velocity v1. It is launched and after following parabolic path it will strike earth, or it will strike the ground at point A. Okay. Similarly, again the velocity is increased and it will v2, it will strike at point B. Then with velocity v2 which is greater than v1, the satellite will touch the ground at B. Similar process is similarly with velocity v3. It is launched and v3 is more than v2. This is v3 is more than v2, but when velocity is increased such that the satellite will not fall on earth and continues to move in a fixed orbit. In that situation, what will be the figure? This is earth and this is the launching station, and suppose with this velocity the satellite will move in a fixed orbit. This is the fixed orbit. Okay, this is velocity v1. Here is the condition that, and this velocity is known as orbital velocity. Suppose this height is h from the ground and this height is r. This is the radius of the earth and from height h it is launched. Now this satellite should have the velocities. The assumptions or the requirements. You can say both the things for the launching. Number one, कौन सी velocity होनी चाहिए? Number one, the vertical velocity, जिससे आपने उसको प्रोजेक्ट किया है और वो इस किसी पर्टिकुलर फिक्स ऑर्बिट में सेट हो जाएगा. ठीक है, तो ये एक वर्टिकल वेलोसिटी उसके पास होनी चाहिए. सपोज इस हाइट से आपने लॉन्च किया तो यहाँ पे एक हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी होनी चाहिए, ये आपकी वर्टिकल वेलोसिटी होनी चाहिए. नंबर वन, VH, the vertical velocity with which the satellite is launched to get required height. Okay, and the second point, the horizontal velocity VH at the highest point to move in a fixed orbit. When it will acquire these two velocities, the vertical velocity to reach this highest point and to cross the earth atmosphere, and the horizontal velocity with which it will be established in this fixed orbit with velocity that is known as the orbital velocity. And now after this I will tell you how the satellite is launched, what are the main steps to launch the satellite. Before that, you note down these points. Now, what are the steps and what are the requirements to launch the satellite, and that is known as multi-stage launching. You in parallel assume the launching. If you have watched the movie Mission Mangal, what was the steps in multi-stage, why the multi-stage launching is required? You know beta, the escape velocity is 11, this is VE 11.2 kilometer per second. This is very high velocity with which the satellite crosses the earth atmosphere and it moves under the without the effect of gravity. It escapes from the earth's surface. This is the escape velocity. If the satellite is launched with this huge velocity, what happens? The very high resistance is offered by the atmosphere, and to achieve this velocity, it means the satellite should be launched more than this value, as the resistance will resist the velocity and the satellite is launching from downward to upward direction. So that resistance, and after adjusting that resistance, the value should be 11.2. So very huge velocity is not achieved in one attempt. This is very difficult to achieve the value 11, more than 11, to launch the satellite more than 11.2 kilometer per second velocity. So for this, what we have to do, we have to launch the satellite in multi-stage, and that are the 3 stages. In 3 stages we launch the satellite. Suppose it is like this. You have seen the picture earlier in the movie. This kind of structure is there and it goes on moving. This movement is with the satellite. These are the 3 stages. This is the first stage, this is second stage, and this is third stage. When it is launched with velocity to sit in the orbit, suppose this is V1, then V2, and this is V3. This V1 is given after particular height. This part 1 is released. Part 1 is released and the satellite achieve velocity V2 and V2 is found to be more than V1. Then after some more height, the second part is released and this final third stage will move with velocity V3, where V3 is more than V2, and finally the satellite will reach in its orbit. That's why the satellite is not launched in one stage, and the multi-stage, the three stages launching are beneficial and is successful for the actual launching of satellite. Now let us calculate that particular velocity, that is the orbital velocity with which the satellite should be launched. Let us calculate the orbital velocity. Orbital velocity. For this, first of all, make the diagram how we have to launch and what velocity should it require. This is Earth of radius capital R. Suppose the satellite is to be launched from height h from the Earth surface, and where this h is less than R, and when we will give the horizontal velocity to this satellite, well, what will happen? The satellite will move in a fixed orbit around the Earth. Now what should be this is m, what should be the parameter? M and R. This is mass and radius of Earth. Small m is the mass of satellite, h is the height above Earth's surface. Now you know, according to Newton's law, the force on satellite is, what should be the force? That should be the force of gravitation. F is equal to G mm by R square. But here the value is R plus H. So this is R plus H whole square. Similarly, the force of centripetal is required to keep it in orbit. And what is that force? That force is the centripetal force Fc. This is m v naught square by r. Again the value of r is r plus h. Both these two forces are acting on the satellite. So from 1 and 2, by equating 1 and 2, you will have G m m by r plus h whole square is equal to m v naught square divided by r plus h. One r plus h factor will cancel out and you will calculate v naught square. This is G m. This m will also cancel out. G m divided by r plus h. You will have this factor, and you know the value of small g is equal to gm by r square. And if this h is equal to 0, or you can say the approximately equal to 0, then v naught is equal to this gm is equal to gr square. Put here, this is gr square under the root and r. This is r. So the value is, because h is 0 here, this is r. So value is, this r will cancel out, g and r under the root. When you solve this value, r is equal to 6400 kilometer and g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So the value of orbital velocity comes out to be, the value is 7.92 kilometer per second. This is the value of orbital velocity. Now what is the relation between the escape velocity and orbital velocity? Relation between escape and orbital velocity. You know the escape velocity was square root of 2gr, or you can write it as root 2 into root gr, and root gr is what? This is v naught. So ve is equal to root 2 into v naught. This is the relation between the escape velocity and the orbital velocity. Got it? This is the value for the orbital velocity. Factors affecting the orbital velocity. Factors affecting orbital velocity. You know the formula for orbital velocity. V naught is equal to gm by r plus h under the root. If h is very small as compared to r, or it tends to 0, then V naught is equal to gm by r under the root. Number 1, it depends on the mass and radius of planet. Number 1. Number 2, it does not depend on the angle of projection, number 1. Number 2, on the mass of satellite. Okay, this is the complete topic of orbital velocity. Note down it.